Hi, I'm Kevin Falvey, editor-in-chief of Boating Magazine. I'm here at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show at the Tiara Yachts display, and I'm with Gabe Rose, design manager for Tiara Yachts. Hey, Gabe.
How you doing?
Gabe's given me a tour of the brand new 43 LE. This new for 2025 Tiara is loaded with features. One of the main things about this boat is that it serves the function of an awesome day boat and preserves the ability to cruise and spend a weekend aboard. Gabe, tell us about how you've achieved that, starting with this cockpit.
Well, it really starts here in the cockpit, like you mentioned. We have a beautiful piece of furniture back here, but it's not a static piece of furniture. It's able to rotate to 45 degrees. It's also able to rotate to 180 degrees. So I can really set this piece of furniture up depending on how many guests I have or what type of entertaining I'm doing throughout the day. So primary would be to expose to this nice terrace that's over on the port side. So now I have this connection to the water. It's kind of our teak beach, and between that and that nice clean swim platform in the back, it really gives you a nice socializing platform for more guests than you think on a 43-foot boat. So it really opens up the space. So this piece of furniture is kind of key to setting the tone for how we use this boat throughout the day.
And then speaking of opening up space, if you open up this solid glass bulkhead in the back, open the slider, open the window on the port side, what happens then?
We get this beautiful connection between the interior and exterior spaces. So I've really expanded the boat. So it's not only just set up for a cruising boat, but now with these doors open and the window dropped, now I have connection to my guests. If I'm preparing food in the galley, I'm not isolated by myself. So really blending those spaces together like you would in a high-end home was really the intent here. So I can have all that flexibility, but then I can also button the boat up at night and cruise it safely under the comfort of a nice hard top and a hard enclosure. So it gives you the best of both worlds.
Let's go see some of those features in the cabin. Gabe, this is a very nice space. One thing I noticed right away, there's excellent visibility inside this salon. Tell us about the design intent and what's going on here.
Well, we really tried to keep this boat as open as possible, so having 360-degree views was very important to us. Again, really trying to connect the customer to the water, to their friends, and nobody wants to be boxed in, especially in a cruising boat. So the more open we can make this feel, the better product we have, and I think the more versatile it becomes at that point, because we have an opening sunroof and we've got these sliding windows and then the aft bulkhead that disappears. I don't want to be isolated in the interior, and I want to be able to open this boat as much as possible. And we intentionally didn't put any cabinets up high so that when I'm actually piloting the boat, I don't have to look around furniture and stuff to see the corners as I'm docking. So a lot of strategy kind of went into making this boat safe but very social at the same time.
So where did the storage go that's not in the cabinets overhead?
There's storage all over this salon in all kinds of great spots. So we tried to utilize as much space as we could to really promote that cruisability, because everybody brings bags with them when they're going for the weekend or even for the day, just storing of all that cool stuff that you bring with you on any kind of boating day. So
you definitely got to have it.
Yep.
Hey, I see you even arranged the helm chair so that can swivel to become a seat, a socializing seat when needed.
Yep, absolutely. Very intentional. But the cool part is it really makes this space more social. A lot of times the helm gets neglected as far as part of that social aspect while you're entertaining. You kind of give that space away on a lot of product.
Right.
But here we wanted to make sure that that was an extra seat. So even if you're underway, the captain has the ability to swivel that seat and connect with his guests, etc. But that becomes another place for somebody to hang out. And again, we're trying to make this space feel as social as possible. More seating, the better, as far as we're concerned.
Those are some great innovations that you guys applied. And you know, Tiara has a long history of providing helms that are wonderful places from which to captain a boat. I'm sure that same devotion has gone into the helm aboard this 43 LE. Is that the case?
Yes, absolutely. We have, like you said, a long heritage of actually designing helms for captains. A lot of ergonomics go into how we place the componentry, the joysticks, throttles, etc. You want them easily reachable. A lot of strategy really does go into how we set the helms up. You've got the touchscreen electronics that are very easy, and the electronics these days and the technology with our Mercury partners. These boats are so easy to drive nowadays, and especially with the ride quality. Those two things in combination are a winning formula for us.
Speak a little bit about when we get to our destination, we're going to dock this boat. There's something special going on with the joystick and the bow thruster aboard this 43 LE. Can you explain?
Yep, the bow thruster is actually integrated with the joystick, so when I go to pilot this boat and I'm using the joystick, the bow thruster is automatic, so it gives me that extra sense of control, and it allows you to dock a 43-foot boat with ease.
There's a lot going on below decks, isn't there, Gabe?
Absolutely.
We have 2 private staterooms, each behind a solid bulkhead.
Correct. 2 private staterooms.
2 private staterooms. What else is going on in the below decks area?
Well, we have a 3-zone head, so we have a separate shower, lots of storage, and it gives you that ability with the heads and beds below to really cruise this boat very comfortably with your spouse, maybe another couple, etc. So we are giving you the privacy that you would need. If you bring guests along, master stateroom's awesome. It's got a queen berth. You've got hull side windows with opening port lights, so that gives you the opportunity to add some fresh air, and it gives you all that natural light you have. So again, making this boat feel nice and open, even down below, was part of our mission.
And then in the mid cabin, I'm 6 feet tall. I walked in there, I could stand straight up in the entry.
Yep.
And I really didn't have any difficulty sitting down or accessing the berth. Tell us about that mid cabin.
Well, the cool part about where we're sitting right now is that this built-in furniture actually gives me the opportunity to create more headroom down below. So you're not crawling on your hands and knees. You can actually stand up there, change your shirt, etc. And then we have a nice settee along the port side where I can now sit down, change my shoes, etc., and then slide into the berth. And that's a nice queen berth down there as well.
Right.
But then that's also full beam. And again, with the taking advantage of the hull windows down there, I get a lot of natural light and get natural ventilation. So again, really trying to open the boat up and make it an awesome cruiser.
And I think you achieved that. It's absolutely a cruisable boat, and it's absolutely a boat that you can take to the sandbar or the cove or a private anchorage and open up the interior to the exterior and have that day boat functionality as well. Gabe, you know, I really want to dive into this space a little more. It's so comfortable here, and I want to show our audience some of the features.
Sure.
We don't have time to show them all, but some of the features. Start with this articulating seat that you're sitting in. Describe how that works.
Well, this seat here is actually articulated, so I can actually adjust this seat so that it becomes a forward-facing riding position, so that you're at the same eye level as the helmsman, and now I have room for 3 people facing forward while you're underway, and that's the most comfortable way to ride.
Gabe, thank you so much for spending your time and sharing the new 43 LE with our audience from here at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. Learn more about Tiara Yachts at tiarayachts.com, boatingmag.com, and until next time, I'm Editor-in-Chief Kevin Falvey.